What is up and what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy 90141 again. And the beta ended today, which at first may sound saddening, but considering what I think about the beta, and that's coming in another video, which will be significantly longer, I'm not actually that saddened by the fact. This is actually my last match of that beta. And this particular weapon right here, the toggle action, it is a semi-automatic shotgun. It is pretty much the only semi-automatic shotgun, well, if you don't count the double-barreled. And it kind of reminds me of the Brecci a little bit. I thought, of making a video called the World War II Brecci. There was only one problem with that. No matter how good this shotgun was or how much I liked it, how consistent it was compared to the other two, I just wasn't able to get a good gameplay with it. I was able to get triple kills and I think even a quad feed once, but I just wasn't able to consistently get something like, let's say, a 5 or 6 KD match. Something where I'm just staying alive for a long period of time and just killing people, repeatedly. It wasn't happening. And then I went through the gameplays I had with this gun, and I was really curious why. What was going on here? Am I just a terrible player, or what's the deal here? And I noticed right here, you're gonna see that what happened right there, that is exactly why I wasn't able to do well with the shotgun. I was getting shot in the back constantly, all the time. In the back, from the sides, somebody saw me through some little crevice or something, so that when I when I came to meet him, he already knew I was coming and I had no chance. And I noticed that was happening in this game all the time and with all the weapons I was using. In fact, just previous to this match right here was a match on Ardennes Forest. I decided to take the Garand with a 4x scope out for a spin, and holy shit, I actually had pretty damn good success with it. I would have uploaded the match had it again not started very, very well and then just gotten disastrous halfway through. You see, I was hanging around the forest area where the two MGs are facing each other, and I was hoping to just kind of stay there and pick people off for a distance. It worked for a time, but guess what? People were killing me from behind, where our spawn was supposed to be. And I was like, dude, I just kind of think that if our teammates are spawning behind me, maybe I shouldn't actually be getting killed from that side, Maybe if our fucking spawn is behind me, maybe I shouldn't be getting killed from there, right? Especially considering that it wasn't just one rogue flanker. There were enemies spawning in our spawn. I actually died from a person whom I could see spawn behind me. And I just think that's really stupid, and it just creates this massive factor of randomness where you just can't play tactically no matter what happens. It's just impossible, because how am I supposed to know where somebody is going to be? Yes, logically he should be in front of me, but guess what? He just isn't in front of me because the spawns or the map design is just horrible. Several times throughout this clip, you may have seen me killing a guy who was very confidently aiming forward. He was expecting enemies to come from the front, and yet I was coming behind him, not because I flanked him, but because I spawned behind him, okay? And to further illustrate how random this entire game actually is, I'm going to get an artillery strike in a little bit and actually never call it in. I'm going to hold it for the entire match because it's impossible to know where the enemies are going to be spawning. Look, I hate Nuketown so much, man. I hate fucking Nuketown. I think it's a terrible map, and I just praise God that at one point Treyarch will be like, fuck this map, and we will never have to see it again. But there is flow on Nuketown. Nuketown is a predictable map. You know that if you spawn on one side, the enemies are going to be on the other side, and if somebody flanks you and infiltrates your spawn, then it's going to flip. Very simple, right? And knowing this, you can actually play pretty damn well on Nuketown. I mean, you can go perhaps behind the Jeep, with an LMG. You could go by the B flag and try to hang around there. You could hang all the way back by the garage, or you could perhaps be in the window sniping. There are things to do. On this map here, I just felt like everything was totally random. That's why I had to switch from the shotgun. I had to take something with which I could, let's say, camp a bit more effectively, because it's not that rushing doesn't really work in this game because of the slow sprint out time. Yes, that is a big factor of it, but rushing doesn't work because you're getting shot in the back and the sides constantly. It's annoying as hell. And you know what else? There was one other game that had terrible maps, and it is a Call of Duty game that we all universally hated, and it was Call of Duty Ghosts. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to be honest with you people. With all the complaints I have with this game so far, it is feeling like it's gonna be Ghosts 2.0, and I'm really scared of that. Hopefully they implement some changes by next week and by the launch of the game, or otherwise, I just think I'm gonna have to switch to another game, man. Anyways, let me know what you guys think and drop a like. Night Owl out.